Heyo everybody, welcome to the city that never sleeps. Probably because there are mutant rats running around and ghosts hitching rides in your Uber. Forget Times Square and the Statue of Liberty, folks, because today, we're diving headfirst into the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable side of NYC. So buckle up, grab your Metro card, because even ghosts need to get around. And get ready for the top 10 New York urban legends that'll have you looking over your shoulder and sleeping with the lights on. Let's do it. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic. Alligators in the sewers. Picture this. It's a dark and stormy night, rain's pouring down, you hear a strange hissing coming from the depths of the NYC sewer system. And bam! A pair of glowing eyes emerges from the darkness. The legend goes that back in the day, families would vacation down south, bring back pet baby alligators, and then, when those gators got a little too big for their bathtub, they'd flush them down the toilet. Now, you'd think a gator in the sewers would starve, right? Wrong. These are New York gators we're talking about. They're tougher than a $1 slice of pizza. Some say the city exterminated most of them back in the day, but others whisper that deep down in the sewer system, there's a whole gator kingdom ruled by a giant, pizza-loving, albino alligator king named Don Corleonesaurus Rex. Okay, I made that last part up, but hey, it's a possibility, right? The next time you hear a strange noise coming from the sewers, just remember, it might not be the pipes. Next up, we're heading to the top of the world. Or at least the top of the Empire State Building, where gravity gets a bad rap. You've probably heard this one drop a penny from the tippy top of the Empire State Building, and it'll gain enough speed to kill someone below. Sounds scary, right? Like, imagine walking down Fifth Avenue, minding your own business when suddenly, BAM! You're taken out by a rogue penny from the sky. But before you start building a penny-proof helmet, let me put your mind at ease. This urban legend is, thankfully, about as true as a $10 bill on Canal Street. Turns out our little copper friend, the penny, doesn't have the aerodynamics to become a lethal weapon. Thanks to our good friend air resistance, by the time that penny reaches the ground, it's more likely to give you a light tap on the head than send you to the ER. So, what have we learned? Don't believe everything you hear, especially when it comes to physics and urban legends. And maybe save those pennies for a rainy day. Ahoy there, mateys! Get ready to set sail with me on a swashbuckling adventure as we search for Captain Kidd's legendary lost treasure. Legend has it that the infamous pirate, Captain Kidd, buried a massive treasure somewhere on Liberty Island, home of the Statue of Liberty. Despite countless treasure hunters, metal detectors, and maybe even a few pirates with parrots on their shoulders, no one has found a single gold coin. Some say the treasure was found years ago and kept secret, while others believe it's still out there, buried deep beneath the island, guarded by a ghostly pirate crew and a giant squid named Inky. Next time you're on the ferry to Liberty Island, take a good look around. You never know, you might just spot Captain Kidd's ghost, still searching for his buried booty. Hold on to your hard hats, folks, because we're about to journey deep underground into the belly of the beast, the NYC subway system. But it's not the delayed trains or the questionable smells we're worried about today, it's the mole people. Legend has it that beneath the bustling streets of New York City, there's an entire civilization of people living in the abandoned subway tunnels and sewers. They say these mole people have built their own society down there, complete with homes, shops, and maybe even a subway system of their own. Talk about meta. Now, I know what you're thinking. Raj, you've officially lost it this time. But hear me out. There have been countless reports of people seeing these mole people shadowy figures darting between tracks, strange lights flickering in the tunnels, and whispers carried on the stale subway air. Some say they're just homeless people seeking refuge from the elements, while others believe there's something more. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure. The next time you're riding the subway late at night, keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. You never know who or what you might encounter down there in the darkness. All aboard, folks, for a spooky cruise down the Hudson River. But be warned, this ain't your average Circle Line tour. Today, we're on the lookout for something a little more ghostly. That's right, we're talking about the legendary ghost ship of the Hudson. Imagine this. It's a foggy night and you spot a ship gliding silently across the water. It's a ghostly galleon, lights flickering eerily, and a crew of spectral sailors. Spooky, right? Legend has it this phantom ship is the Half Moon, Henry Hudson's vessel from 1609. They say his crew is doomed to sail the Hudson forever. Some say the ship only appears on foggy nights, while others claim to hear ghostly cries. Now, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts either. So the next time you're near the Hudson River, keep your eyes peeled and your phone handy. You know, just in case you need to call an Uber or the Ghostbusters. Brace yourselves, folks. This urban legend is darker than our previous tales. We're heading to Staten Island, home to the Verrazano Bridge, delicious pizza, and Cropsy the Boogeyman. Every kid heard whispers of Cropsy, a hook-wielding boogeyman lurking in the abandoned Willowbrook Mental Institution. Parents would say, "Clean your plate or Cropsy will get you. Be home before dark or Cropsy will take you away." It was all fun and games, until it wasn't. In the 70s and 80s, several children went missing, and the legend of Cropsy became terrifyingly real. Andre Rand was convicted, but the legend of Cropsy still haunts the island. Some say Rand was possessed by Cropsy, while others believe the true boogeyman is still out there. Remember Hurricane Sandy back in 2012? Yeah, not exactly the city's finest moment, but amidst the flooding, the blackouts, and the general chaos, a new urban legend was born, the super rats of Hurricane Sandy. As the city struggled to recover, rumors began to spread of giant mutated rats roaming the streets, their beady eyes glowing in the darkness, their razor-sharp teeth capable of chewing through steel, or at least a pizza crust. Some say these super rats were the result of toxic floodwaters mixing with who knows what in the sewers, while others believe they were always there, lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to rise up and claim the city as their own. Now I know what you're thinking, Raj. You're telling me that Hurricane Sandy, on top of everything else, unleashed giant mutant rats upon the city? That's messed up. And you know what? You're right. It is messed up. But hey, on the bright side, at least they weren't alligators, right? Next up, we're taking a spooky stroll through Greenwich Village, a neighborhood known for its bohemian spirit, its charming brownstones, and its ghosts. That's right, folks. We're talking about the infamous House of Death 14 West 10th Street. This unassuming townhouse has a dark and twisted history, with rumors of seances, murders, and enough paranormal activity to make your hair stand on end. But the most famous resident of 14 West 10th Street isn't some axe-wielding maniac or vengeful spirit. It's none other than Mark Twain, America's most beloved humorist and author of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Imagine that. You're just minding your own business, sipping your coffee, when suddenly you see the ghost of Mark Twain, rocking a ghostly white suit, puffing on a spectral cigar and cracking wise about the afterlife. Now that's what I call a housewarming party. Next up, we're heading to Central Park, the city's green oasis, a place for picnics, carriage rides, and ghostly hitchhikers. That's right, folks, we're talking about the Vanishing Hitchhiker of Central Park. Picture this, it's late at night, you're driving through the park, the trees are casting eerie shadows in your headlights, and suddenly you spot a lone figure standing by the side of the road, thumb outstretched. Being the kind soul that you are, you pull over, roll down the window, and offer them a ride. They get in, you exchange pleasantries, and then, as you're driving along, chatting about the weather or whatever, you look over, and they're gone, vanished into thin air. The only evidence they were ever there is a faint chill in the air and maybe a slightly damp spot on the seat. Spooky, right? Some say it's the ghost of a young woman who died in a car accident in the park, while others believe it's a mischievous spirit just out to give unsuspecting drivers a good scare. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure. The next time you're driving through Central Park at night, you might want to think twice before offering anyone a ride. Unless, of course, you're in the mood for a little ghostly encounter. And finally, we've reached the end of our spooky journey through NYC's urban legends. But don't breathe a sigh of relief just yet, because this last one is a real doozy. We're heading down to the depths of the subway system once again, to the infamous South Ferry Station, home of the Ratman. Now, before you start picturing some kind of humanoid rat monster, let me clarify, the Ratman isn't a monster. Well, not in the traditional sense. He's more of a performance artist, a prankster with a ratty twist. You see, back in 2011, an artist created a life-sized rat-human sculpture and placed it in the South Ferry Station. This wasn't just any sculpture, though. This thing was huge, hairy, and frankly a little too realistic for comfort. People freaked out. Pictures of the Ratman went viral. Rumors spread like wildfire, and suddenly, everyone was talking about the terrifying creature lurking in the subway. The artist eventually came forward, revealing the whole thing as a hoax. But the legend of the Ratman lives on. So the next time you're at South Ferry, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when the Ratman might return for an encore performance. And there you have it, folks. NYC's wildest urban legends. From sewer-dwelling gators to ghostly hitchhikers, we've covered it all. I hope you enjoyed this spooky adventure through the concrete jungle. Which one creeped you out the most? Or do you have your own crazy New York story? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you ever find yourself face-to-face with the Ratman or sharing a cab with a ghost, don't forget to snap a pic. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and watch out for those sewer gators. I'm out of here.